Hi, I'm Jonah Nelson with Family Tree Nursery, and today we're going to be talking about lawn care in the fall. September is the best month of the entire year to be seeding your lawn and to be rejuvenating your lawn after a long hot summer. September is the best month of the year to seed the lawn in this area because the ground temperatures are warm, the air starts to cool down, and generally speaking, we don't get the heavy washout rains that we would normally get in the springtime. If we can work in harmony with nature and the time of year when nature would naturally be reseeding itself, we can maximize our efforts and make sure that we have good success when we go into our fall seeding. At Family Tree Nursery, we have all the products that you'll need, and we'll be talking about all of those products today. Step number one is dethatching the lawn. It's actually preparing the ground so that the seed can make contact with the soil. If you're working in patches or just going to be doing some light overseeding, I would really recommend using a rake. This rake specifically is a really good rake. It is a dethatching rake that's got a really tight spring coil, and it really gets a lot of that thatch pulled up. This is probably the most labor-intensive portion of the job, but it's also one of the most important parts of the job as you're getting that seed to actually make contact with the soil, or then it can take root. So I'm going to walk you through what this looks like, and you'll be really surprised at how much this actually pulls up when you start getting into it. And it's going to be pulling up the thatch, it's going to be removing any leaves, any twigs, or any debris that's in the lawn. But again, the ultimate goal is to get that seed in contact with the soil. So by raking over this area, we're pulling up any of that thatch or loose material, and we're getting it to where the existing grass that's there is standing up, but it's pulling up all this thatch. And really, I didn't pull too hard through that area, but this rake works up any of that thatch that's laying down on the ground, and then we'd pick all of this up before putting down the seed. Let me walk you through step number two. And step number two is going to be applying the grass seed to the lawn. Now, there are some options when it comes to grass seed, and not all grass is the same. This grass seed is called a fescue blend, and the fescue blend is a great turf grass for the Kansas City area because it has an incredibly deep root system. It's very drought tolerant, and it's also very good for high traffic areas. Now, most all grass seed and grass likes full sun. So the more sun it has, the better it will do. But fescue, having a super deep root system and a great drought tolerance, is probably one of the #1 grass seeds for the Kansas City metro area. If you're going to be patch seeding areas in your lawn, you can easily broadcast that seed by hand. But if you're going to be overseeding your entire lawn or renovating your lawn back to bare ground, it's really great to have a rotary spreader or a broadcast spreader in order to apply the grass seed. When you're applying fescue seed, you'll apply about 25 pounds over 5,000 square feet if you're overseeding. If you're applying it to bare ground, it only covers half of that amount. The same thing is true with the fescue blue mix. If you're applying it to an overseeding area, it's going to be 6,000 square feet of coverage from a 25-pound bag. Or if you're putting it on bare ground, it's only going to cover 3,000 square feet. That bare ground coverage, you're going to need a lot more seed to cover those areas in order to get good establishment of a new lawn. Now we're on to step three. The first step, we've dethatched the lawn and prepared the ground. We've now applied the seed, and now it's the critical part of covering the seed, making sure that it never dries out in that starting process. In order to start this seed out on the right foot, we have to keep it hydrated and keep it moist. The only way to do that is to cover the seed up with something. We recommend two products. You could use peat moss or you could use Easy Straw. The nice thing about Easy Straw is that it has a tack in it and it sticks to the ground. So if you've got an area that's got a slope or a washout area, the Easy Straw works really well with that tack in it to hold the seed down to the ground to keep it from washing away. If you're not going to apply a peat moss or an Easy Straw to the lawn because it's too large of an area, you can rent a verticutter or a power rake and go over the whole lawn so that you can work up some of that dirt to lightly cover over the seed. But this is a critical step. In order to keep that seed viable, we have to cover it up so that it holds in moisture, retains that moisture, and gets that grass seed started right. Step number 4, it's time to put down the fertilizer. This step can be done whether you're seeding or you're just trying to rejuvenate your lawn for the fall. It's a great product, this fall rejuvenator and seed starter, because it has 19% nitrogen in it, and it also has a rooting hormone and a micronutrient package. So whether you're seeding your lawn or just trying to rejuvenate it to freshen up for the fall, this is the time to putting down this fall rejuvenator and seed starter. To apply our product, the best way to apply this is with a broadcast spreader. So all you need to do is simply calibrate your spreader to the bag setting, and an easy way to remember this is that if you have a spreader that goes 1 through 10, it's going to be at about a 5, 5.5, or if you've got a rotary spreader that goes 1 through 30, it's going to be again about that halfway point, 15 to 18. If you always just look down into the chute and you see that it's halfway open, that's about the right setting that you want to be at. It's always best to follow the bag setting and follow the label rate, but if you can't remember it, that's a good general rule of thumb for this product. So now we've prepared our lawn, we've seeded the lawn, we've covered it, we've fertilized it. This is the last step. It's the most critical and crucial step of the process. And you need to remember this, that if it dries, it dies. This step is watering. You have to water the grass seed in order to get it to germinate and grow. And this needs to happen a minimum of 2 times a day, if not 3 times a day, if it's really hot and windy. If the grass seed dries out after it's been watered in that early stage of germination, it can certainly die. Keeping the grass seed wet is critical. So the first several weeks of life, you're going to be watering 2 to 3 times a day. And then as we germinate and start to grow, and after it's been mowed 2 times, you can back the watering down to where you're only going to be watering once a day. And ultimately, once you've cut the grass multiple times, you'd be weaning the grass off of water, and it would be requiring less water. As the fall temperatures drop down, the grass has less demand for water, and it becomes more established as the season progresses. That fertilizer getting watered in releases the nutrients to the grass seed, and then it's able to take those nutrients up and grow and start a new, fresh life in your new lawn. If you have any questions along the way, we'd be happy to help you. Visit us at any one of our 3 convenient locations in the Kansas City area, in Liberty, Shawnee, and Overland Park. We have a knowledgeable, friendly staff that would love to help you out, and we can help you with any questions that you have about your lawn, about your trees and shrubs, or about your flowers. We'd love to see you at Family Tree Nursery this season.